Oatmeal raisin chocolate chip cookies. I have never heard of such a combination in my life until today. So today, I come outside from jorking it basically, and by it, I mean a 295 75R 22.5 Armor Steel Kelly, of course, which, if you don't know, is a kind of tire. And what do I come in to see? Oatmeal raisin chocolate chip cookies. How did these get to the store? Who smuggled these into the country, right? Into God's chapel, Goodyear, the Goodyear commercial tire shop. Well, one of the service techs apparently lives by this like older lady, and she made some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And to be clear, not oatmeal raisin cookies and chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal raisin combined with chocolate chips in them as well. My immediate reaction to new things is like, no, I'm just going to go back to eating burgers, pizzas, and whatever else that I normally eat in my regular rotation. But then something happened. I got hungry. And as time has gone on, my dad's words truly ring in my head every time this happens. If you're hungry, you'll eat. And as much as I was turned off to the idea of trying these cookies, I was like, you know what? It's not quite lunchtime. I'd like a little something. Now, at first, it really got me because oatmeal and raisin I don't really go for. I don't really eat. But it was, you combine it and it was like a chocolate covered raisin, which I have had before. And my service manager actually brought that up when he was talking to me about it. And it's not that bad. It just like, it didn't really mesh with me well. But for me, in most cases, it takes more than one try of something, especially like music or food, to determine if I really like it or not. And to my own surprise, I went back and tried it again. And it's like the best way I can describe it is that if there were a platter of oatmeal and raisin chocolate chip cookies and like oatmeal raisin and chocolate chip cookies and other stuff that I like, it wouldn't be the first thing I went for. But if there was nothing else, I'd go for it. And you know what? It wasn't totally that bad. And I'm glad that I tried it. It wasn't gonna hurt me, right? I wasn't gonna like get it close to my mouth and it was gonna pull out a switchblade and ask me for my wallet and keys, right? Now for the second story. We had a clamp lift forklift drag race. I was with one of my coworkers and a different service tech, and he's at the far end because one of my the same service tech who brought in the cookies played a prank on the other service tech who was on the clamp lift moving stuff around, and he turned the propane tank off on the clamp lift, and he looked at me like while he did it because the tech who was on the clamp lift didn't notice, and then we talk for a bit. Guy on the clamp lift rolls around the corner so that he's out of sight, and then I talk to the guy who turned off the propane tank, which the propane tank is just the fuel source to the clamp lift. He wasn't putting him in any danger or anything like that. I go to him and I'm like, did you actually turn it off? And then right as my coworker who's on the clamp goes around the corner, I hear the beep, and then like I had a little giggle about that because right as I asked him, he hears the thing. But then even better than that, the coworker on the clamp comes back around yelling, the clampler tried to suck my dick. The clampler tried to suck my dick. And at first I'm confused because he's coming around that corner like he's Paul Revere yelling that the redcoats are coming, and I'm like, the clamp lift tried to do what? So then he goes to where the other propane tanks are at, and I'm like, yo, what happened? And then he gets off and starts sprinting away from the clamp lift, and I'm like, dude, whoa, what happened? And he's like, bro, the clamp lift tried to suck my dick. And I'm like, huh? And then we played that out for a bit, and that was pretty fun. After that happened, he got back on the clamp lift and he was facing like towards the shop. And then the mechanic who's on the forklift and clamp lift are two different things. Clamp lift is like this. It's got like one side right here, one side right here. Clamp lift comes in like this so that you can pick up stacks of tires, which has been insurmountable to the operation at the shop because before we didn't have that and we were moving and stacking everything by hand. Absolutely abysmal. But then our mechanic comes around on the forklift and pulls up right beside the guy on the clamp, and he's like, You want to race? And he's like, yeah, sure. Who turned off the propane tank is sitting there on the side. And he's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. Just out of nowhere. But the thing is, the clamp lift has way more safety procedures than the forklift, which is like, it's like Doc from Cars, dude. He just needs a shotgun at the back of the head and leave it. He's like Lenny from Of Mice and Men, dude. Just put the barrel of the back of the head, squeeze the trigger, let that dude go. So forklift is absolutely zoinking it at this point. Meanwhile, the other guy on the clamp lift is still trying to like go through all the safety operations. Like, oh god, he's gotta like turn the key to turn the thing back on, move the freaking emergency brake off, and then put it on forward. And then the guy on the forklift just went to like park it, and then the guy on the clamp lift went to just get another stack of tires. So that was that part. Finally, the mac and cheese ball. Me and the guy who was on the clamp lift, and this is later in the day, we're working on this truck. We finished that. I come back in, ask where the service manager went. Assistant manager says he went to get lunch. He comes back. Now I'm on lunch, and after I'm done eating my lunch, and he's kind of working his way through his, he offers me a mac and cheese ball. And to, I guess, kind of create a picture for you here of what that was. It's not like mac and cheese and they just kind of like stuffed it together. It was like mac and cheese baked in this thin layer of, I guess, like breading type of thing, and then you bite into it and then there's mac and cheese. Now, and I'm pretty sure it was from Freddy's, by the way. This thing put me off so much. And I know that's so weird to say. Mac and cheese by itself, like you get it in a bowl or something, like Bob Evans mac and cheese. I'm about to start getting that again at Walmart because pizzas are out, mac and cheese is in. That's good, but sometimes like even the mac and cheese like in the bowl still can kind of get me sometimes. But I bite into this thing and it got me, bro. It genuinely made me feel a little nauseous because it's just, I guess I've never had it in that format, and I just like, yeah, I've described it. It just put me off, and it made me a little nauseous, and I was like, why? It's mac and cheese. I like this, and it wasn't undercooked or anything. It wasn't bad. It was good, but just in like a ball form, maybe like with the crispy breading around it too, kind of got to me a little bit more. I really don't know. But yeah, that's today, and goodbye.